Hallo mit willkommen zu einer Folge von Genshin Impact. Letztes Mal haben wir mit der Quest angefangen, auch eine Quest, wie heißt die nochmal? Jenseits des Raus und der Spiegel, wo wir Silali und Silurian kennengelernt haben und auch dezent Kinich und Kachina ohne Stimme hatten, was ganz komisch war. Und jetzt sollen wir nach Oron ein bisschen suchen, denn der wurde, wie scheint, als Geisel genommen eben von den Fatuis. Hat man ja auch schon, ohne wahrscheinliche Namen zu geben, gesehen bei den Fatuis. Nämlich gegen Ende von dem zweiten Akt. Und der soll anscheinend hier irgendwo dagegen geben.
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here.
Okay.
I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with a Fatui.
Ich guess, das werden wir rausfinden während der dritten Quest, dritten Akts.
I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kinich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Kannst du ein wenig mehr über ihn erzählen?
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him.
Okay.
He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden.
Okay.
He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
Ja, das stimmt, da kann ja kein schlechter Mensch sein.
Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him.
Ja. Kann vielleicht sein, dass, weil sich alle in ihm so gekümmert hat, dass er so ein Gefühl von Schuld hatte, von Dings, sie haben alles für mich so getan, das heißt, ich muss jetzt auch mich vielleicht sogar so weit gehen, für zu opfern, um Dings, dass ihnen gut geht, auch wenn ich mich da mit dem Fatui involvieren muss. Vielleicht irgendwas in die Richtung.
He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements.
Okay.
Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Let's go.
What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things.
Danke, das hättest du doch lieber ausdrücken können.
Here, give me your hand.
Doing.
How about now?
Scheint schon.
See?
Nichts. Ah, doch. Ich kann jetzt die Spur sehen. Aber nicht, ne?
Oh,
Ah, ne,
Paimon
doch.
can see it now too.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston too.
Cool.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily gifted.
Danke.
Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. Good luck, you two.
Okay.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
Und da ist... Okay, das war schon. Ich dachte, es wird etwas weitergehen.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me?
Wenn du so Sätze drückst, hilft es in deinem Case, glaube ich, nicht.
But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. But given the looks on their faces just now...
Keine Sorge, wir sind 500 Jahre ob uns schon alt, also.
Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Ugh. Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
Huh?
Ja, wie ihre Gedanken? Ne, ich glaube, ich habe gerade eine Stimme gehört. Warte, die war nicht schon außerhalb. Was ist in meinem Kopf?
Was that? Seat Lally's voice?
Yep. Ah. Warum scheint die gleiche Stimme gehört zu haben? Sieht so aus, als hätte sie verstanden, was los ist. Das wird Nebenwirkungen der Magie sein, ja, denke ich mir auch.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are best done with the help of friends.
Kann sie jetzt ihre Gedanken durch Telepathie hören? Sehr beeindruckend. Sowas kann nur Zitali. Frage ist, kann sie doch noch unsere hören?
Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Ja, okay, das war jetzt die Bestätigung, dass sie es ist. Na klar, überlass das ruhig uns. Okay, interessant. Nur wir hören sie. Sie kann nicht unsere hören im Gegenzug.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yeah, judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd.
Inwiefern?
Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be some sort of symbol?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Auroron was indeed being threatened. We've got to find him. Fast. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably under the Fatui's watch. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire.
Da ist es. Moment mal, Grandson? Ist das jetzt einfach, weil er auch halt ganz Zeiten von allen geliebt wurde und das ist einfach so ein Titel, den ihr euch gegeben habt? Oder bist du wirklich die Großmutter?
No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
Italien ist noch nicht auf die Spur gekommen. Noch nicht, aber das wird wahrscheinlich dazu kommen. Das Zelt da hinten sieht man so aus, könnte es vielleicht sein.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up.
Okay.
I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Andere Elemente.
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Ja, links für Phlogiston, rechts der Elementare. Scheiße, das hätte auch eine Chance gefunden, zurückzuschlagen.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
Wirklich? Da sieht sehr besorgt aus. Den Versuch für Weihnachtsurteil von Ohren tatsächlich einfach durch festgehalten. Angesichts des zahlmäßigen Unterschieds könnte er sehr wahrscheinlich nicht überwältigen.
Given there are two signals leading from here, we should split up as well.
Okay. Boah, ich würde sagen, du
I'll
gehst...
take this direction and leave the other one to you. Let's meet up again later.
Okay. Ich wollte gerade sagen, die Elementar können wir sowieso sehen. Das heißt, am besten gehen wir ihr nach und denkst, ja.
What the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well.
And off she goes.
Yep.
Traveler, did you hear all of that as well?
Yep.
Once Seat Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
Yep. Telepathie funktioniert also nicht in beide Richtungen.
You were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads.
Ja, ich glaube nicht, dass Silali etwas gemerkt hat.
She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case and can hear her thoughts as a side effect.
Vielleicht.
If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her.
Wohl wahr. Boah, dann schauen wir mal dem Inventarweg nach. Oh, was wir so finden können.
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything on the head.
Mhm. Ui. Sehe hier mal nix. Aber hier gibt es einen Versprung für Jason, aber
Did you find something?
nö, oder? Aber die Spuren enden hier abrupt. Hm.
So we can't tell where Auroron might have gone from here. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either.
Nope.
But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
Trash, das ist alles sehr seltsam. Außerdem.
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
Ah. Haben nur wir das gehört? Wer spricht da? Paimon? Was ist denn jetzt los? Wahrscheinlich Oron zu sein. Wir scheinen ihn gefunden zu haben, oder Gast, er hat uns gefunden, naja. Okay. Oh. Kriegt 3 schnell aus, wieso bin ich plötzlich hier? Da kommt er, ha?
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you.
Okay.
I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just
Er scheint
that
cool,
you're
Caesar.
much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of the Night Wind. Hello, traveler.
Oh, wie cool.
I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for.
Ist das der Gehorsam der Fatui kommt? Alter, was für ein cooles Design, ey. Das mit der Hedochromia müsste jetzt sein, ja.
I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Es ist Capitano, ich wollte gerade sagen.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Servus, Lauf.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
Der hat ein cooles Design. Capitano, hallo.
I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
Ihr arbeitet also zusammen.
I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues.
Ja.
Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person.
Okay.
I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
Okay.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Ich bin halt skeptisch, aber auch einerseits ein bisschen überzeugt, weil ich habe schon, desto mehr wie in die Story reinkomme, habe ich immer mehr und mehr das Gefühl, trotz den Mitteln, wie Fatui das mal machen, was nicht immer super ist, definitiv, dass deren Ziel aber, glaube ich, gut wird sein, weil sie werden ja wahrscheinlich probieren, Celestia zu stürzen. Und Mauvika ist die letzte, wo fehlt mit ihrer Gnosis. Wir haben ja alle anderen 5. Deswegen, ich bin mal gespannt. Trotz den vergangenen Ereignissen wäre ich selbst, glaube ich, überzeugt, mit Capitano zu reden. Und zu schauen, was seine Motive sind. Und die Überzeugungen und Motivationen. Ja.
What happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Ach, alles in Ordnung. Von der Seele soeben Gewalt aus meinem Körper entfernt? Das wird erklären, warum ich Pyro überhaupt nicht hören konnte.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
See Lolly! She froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere?
Mir geht's mal fast schwindig.
Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
Alles okay. Wenn sie nicht gelungen haben, vernünftige Gründe für ihr Handeln haben, sollte ich ihnen vertrauen? Ich glaube schon. Capitano probiert sich am meisten, glaube ich, sich sehr diplomatisch durchzukämpfen. Ich könnte Silali und Paimon auch die Wahrheit sagen, aber das würde bedeuten, dass ich eine neue Spur aufgebe. Ich hätte ja auch nicht viel mit der Fortuna den meisten Nacht zu tun, also wäre es wohl besser, wenn ich nichts sage, bis ich mehr Informationen kriege.
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word.
Ja, ich danke euch, mir geht's jetzt gut.
In any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now.
Auch wenn die Lage immer noch dringend ist, machst du dich mit Paul und Silali eine längere Pause. Operons Worte halten noch in deinem Kopf, währenddessen behält Silali dich weiter im Auge und führt sogar eine weitere Untersuchung durch.
Need to be more careful next time.
Ja, ja.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
Yes. Wobei, man muss ihm das ja wahrscheinlich wieso gleich sagen, weil sie geht ja sowieso mit jetzt gleich.
Alright, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Okay.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Es bedeutet, dass ich euch aufhalte.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one or not at all.
Okay.
But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Okay. Oh, jetzt bin ich gespannt auf die Stelle, wo wir Capitano gegenüberstehen. Oh, darauf bin ich jetzt gespannt. Ich würde auch sagen, wir werden jetzt auch Auron treffen. Jetzt gesagt, wenn wir jetzt wieder zurückkehren, dann werden wir ihn auf ihn treffen. Das heißt wahrscheinlich jetzt hier in diesem Lager. Boah, das habe ich nicht gedacht, dass es so schnell direkt, ja, schon eskaliert. Naja, nicht eskaliert, ist vielleicht ein starkes Wort, aber
Look over there.
zunehmend auf jeden Fall.
Paimon thinks she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
Ja, da ist er.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
Das ist Auron. Er sieht genauso aus wie im Königreich der Nacht.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
Und das hat sie mal nicht in den Gedanken gesagt. Paimon so, oh shit.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts. On my count. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, wer soll sie spielen? Schade.
You've got no idea who you're up against.
So. Ansammlung. So, Heiler direkt weg. Servus, wie geht's denn so? Ups, und das war's. Ne, doch nicht. Jetzt aber. Ah, da kommt noch Verstärkung. Oh. So, Batz. Ups. Dann mach ich nix. Barbara. So, zack, wieder verteilen. Autsch! So, was das? Ja.
Auroron!
Granny.
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you too, other Granny.
Oma?
What did you just call her?
Paimon, wir sind schon alt, also.
Granny. Is that not right? You are Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured you're also a Granny.
Meint er jetzt vom... ja, okay, vom Aussehen her aus, aber ja.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
Ich hatte wieder geredet, hat sich definitiv verändert, ja definitiv. Aber es fühlt sich nicht so an, als würde sich verstellen. Er hat mich gebeten, unser Treffen geheim zu halten. Er hat sogar gesagt, dass wir Zitalius zu lieben tun sollte. Du behandelst also alle, als wären sie deine Opas und Omas?
Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
Mhm.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Ich bin ganz so.
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Also basically Stranger Danger.
Oh, so you do remember and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the cake. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this?
Wahrscheinlich schon.
They didn't hurt you, did they?
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape after his battle with the Pyro Archon?
Bin ich mal gespannt.
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Wahrscheinlich auf Befehl der Fatuis. Natürlich mehr zustimmend, als jetzt wahrscheinlich rausgegeben wird.
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey, I'm no ordinary Granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value? And not...
Oh, fuck.
Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. don't think for a second that she doesn't know what's happening. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you forgotten the words that I've taught you?
I'm sorry.
Ugh, forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also, once we return to the city, come to the speaker's chamber with me. I'll need you to explain everything.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
Your vegetables?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too picky about the selection.
Ich glaube nicht.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face with the Pyro Archon, the first thing you should do is...
Entschuldigung?
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the Fatui!
How exactly did the masters raise this guy?
Keine Ahnung.
Right.
Interessanter Codes, ey. Okay, dahin. So. Oh, ich will dieses Meeting jetzt schon haben. Ich will wirklich gegenüber dem Capitano stehen, weil er scheint wirklich nicht auf Stress aus zu sein. Ihr seid zurückgekehrt, das Detail bringt euch nun die Kammer des Sprechers, wo ihr alles erzählt, was Ohren zugestoßen ist.
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Lali's safety.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for her forgiveness?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Okay.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Lali is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have other things to do.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron, please report back to the speaker's chamber as soon as you've received notice of the Archon's decision.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side of the deal.
Yeah.
Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Danke.
Oh, thank you.
Dann zähle ich auf dich, Silali.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you wait for the good news. Bye for now.
Okay.
Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Okay. Und ich kann mir jetzt vorstellen, während wir warten auf die Vorbereitung. Mein Enkelsohn ist ja sehr höflich. Das war ein Blick für uns, ne? Dieser Blick versucht wahrscheinlich, mich an mein Versprechen zu erinnern. Er kommt mir nicht ein Lügner vor. Wenn ich nicht alles mit eigenen Augen gesehen hätte, wäre ich nie auf die Idee gekommen, dass er hinter dem Rücken von Silali so viel arrangieren könnte. Was hat er vor?
Oh, we're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub.
Palmo, ich muss dir was sagen.
Huh? What is it, Traveler?
Sei ganz Ohr jetzt. Du ziehst Palmo zur Seite und erzählst ihr alles, was du gesehen hast, als du ohnmächtig warst.
What? That captain?
Nicht so laut!
Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And he didn't attack you?
Nee, und der hätte mich wahrscheinlich da schnell verprügeln können.
Oh, that Auroron. What is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything was happening. All that stuff about protecting Lali and being forced to help the Fatui, when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along.
Ich kann mir vorstellen, anfangs weniger, aber dann hat Capitano wahrscheinlich seinen Plan und alles erzählt und das hat ihn überzeugt. Und wahrscheinlich im Gegenzug für seine Hilfe wahrscheinlich versichert er, dass Silali, was auch immer sie planen, nicht verletzt wird oder irgendwas. Wir brauchen mehr Informationen deswegen.
Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together.
Okay.
We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes.
Mhm. Warte. Wohin der Rauch zieht. Das ist nochmal dasselbe. Warte bis zum nächsten Tag 20 Uhr. Oh, jetzt. Oh, okay. Das heißt, wir werden uns jetzt mit ihm treffen. Oh, okay. Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Das kann jetzt heftige Load-Drops werden. Allein schon nur zum nächsten. Fuck. Ich brauche noch 24 Stunden. Ui. Oh, oh, ey. Geil, okay. Es freut mich, dass der dritte Akt nicht scheiße wird. Weil ich hatte Sorgen, weil in Fontaine war der dritte Akt ja im Fort Meropide und der war die erste Stunde ganz gut, aber dann, oh je, das war nicht so gut. Hat sich schick gezogen. Der vierte Akt hingegen, der war ziemlich gut. Deswegen war ich ein bisschen skeptisch mit dem hier. Also hier ungefähr. Steht da schon einer? Bin ich mal gespannt. Oh, die Musik.
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't let this be a trap.
Ich hoffe auch. Etwas vermerkt? Okay, das ist schon mal Ohren.
What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
Hallo.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
Ein Moment, jetzt kommt wahrscheinlich Capitano hinter
I'm
uns.
terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing shady stuff behind people's backs.
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her. Sometimes you two sound really similar, you know.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Jo.
Well, I could.
Was ist also der Zweck dieses Treffens? Kommt er?
It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent.
Ah.
The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character.
Ich interessiere mich nur für Informationen.
Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side.
Okay. Alter, das ist eine krasse Szene. Der steht direkt vor uns.
If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid.
Warum?
I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
Der Fakt, dass immer mehr und mehr so Preis gibt, ein bisschen. So, und so selbstsicher darüber spricht, lässt mich irgendwie immer mehr drüber denken, dass er, glaube ich, aus Natlan stammt und sehr viel weiß.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Mhm.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
Ja.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back?
Also hast Zweifel am Plan.
If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Tevat, will pay for her mistakes.
Oh je.
Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along, the details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you?
Hm.
An emergency plan?
Selbstopferung wieder?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan.
Okay.
Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. but Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the abyss.
Das heißt, deine Sorge ist, dass der Hauptplan nicht funktioniert und dann, dass es zu spät ist, auch sogar schon den Notfallplan einzusetzen.
We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Das ist eine reine Spekulation von dir.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
War das Genshin jetzt? Sie reißen die Entscheidung für sie treffen. Hat das Genshin etwas mit diesem Notfallplan zu tun?
I knew you to be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa.
Okay. Interesting. Er lässt mich ein bisschen an Scaramouche denken. Der wollte ja auch eigentlich die Gnosis für sich.
Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Und das wäre...
Someone's here.
The captain disappeared!
Yep. Lass mich raten, Silali, die wahrscheinlich unsere Gedanken die ganze Zeit gehört hat, aber nichts darauf gesagt hat.
Something is rapidly approaching. Oh no.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
See, Lolly? When did you get here?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to.
Boah, wenigstens war es ein Bauchschlag, nicht ein tieferer Schlag.
How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Really? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying quiet?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh, and now you're talking back. Well, go on then. Explain yourself. What the heck are you up to?
Wie schnell ist Capitano bitte verschwunden?
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
Wait, see, Lolly! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So, maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Ja, es ist kein Ort, um ein Kind zurechtzuweisen.
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This isn't over. You hear me? You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two keep an eye on Auroron for me. Okay?
Ich find's ein bisschen schade, dass Silali aufgetaucht ist. Ich hätte gerne noch mehr mit ihm geredet, zwar. Das Gespräch mit Capitano von dem entscheidenden Moment unterbrochen. Aber auch noch hier ist, können wir vielleicht noch den Rest von mir fahren. Ich hoffe. Wohin der Rauch zieht? Okay. Ich warte, bis dieses Wohin der Rauch zieht fertig ist, ey. Auch wie lange jetzt so dauert. Das war gerade krass. Lass mich raten, der General in seiner Berin. Mache ich offizielle Bekanntschaft mit Capitano, eine der 11 der Fatui. Damn. So, Oron, was gibt's noch dazu zu sagen?
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? You've got a head on your shoulders, Auroron. Use it! Why did you help the captain? And I want the truth this time. No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question. What does the captain want? What is his purpose in Natlan? Really? You're just going to stonewall me?
Das hat auch nicht die Absicht, jetzt zu antworten, ne?
Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the captain? only endless trouble awaits you and everyone in the tribe.
Aber sie sind wert, wenn der Preis dafür ist, dass er Dings vermeiden kann, dass eine ganze Katastrophe eben den Stamm auslöscht, ne? Und generell den ganzen Land.
You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation instead of constantly clashing like this.
Why is he staring at us all of a sudden?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this.
Ist schon gut.
You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny's scolding.
Alles gut. Wir haben schon Farusan erlebt, die ist auch, ist auch besonders in dem Aspekt.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me? You...
Sorry, Granny.
Sorry, Granny.
Oh Gott, dreht sie durch.
Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me? You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables. I don't need anything from you.
Also die Voice Actor macht einen guten Job. Ich finde es schade, dass leider der Charakter selbst nicht mehr krasser reagiert, weil das würde die Voice Actor, also die Arbeit von der Voice Actor noch mehr rausstrahlen lassen.
Who's Aoife? A delivery person?
Schätze?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
Oh?
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history. I'm starting to get lost.
Yep.
That's not it, Granny.
Irgendwas stimmt mit dieser Stimme nicht.
I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Auroron! Where have you gone?
Ich wollte gerade so sagen.
Sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
Ist er vielleicht gerade noch gleichzeitig im Königreich der Nacht mit Capitano?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Damn, okay.
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
Oh,
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
gute Frage, ey.
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more useful?
Das ist ziemlich nützlich, also damn.
Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely going to break his legs.
Jesus.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan, then can't we work together?
Er will uns immer noch nichts über seine Ziele sagen.
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial.
Ja, aber ich hätte es trotzdem, wäre trotzdem besser gewesen, alles mit anzuhören.
Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Ah, that brat. I swear.
Capitano muss einen konkreten Plan haben. Andernfalls hat Auron keinen Grund, ihm weiterhin zu folgen. Und er will uns irgendwie ja drin involvieren. Ein weiteres Step ist letztendlich nicht möglich. Da ging es wohl schnell, wenn wir uns direkt an den Pyrock und wenn, um zu überprüfen, dass was Capitano gesagt hat, stimmt. Außerdem, ich spüre, dass Auron als Sturheit tief verletzt hat. Ich muss einen Weg finden, sie zu trösten. Was war das vorhin mit der Verantwortung für Auron?
We We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this.
Okay. Dahin, okay. Das heißt, sie wird uns jetzt das wahrscheinlich erklären und dann, I guess, nehme ich wahrscheinlich an, dass dieser Teil fertig ist von der Quest und dann konfrontieren wir wahrscheinlich Movika mit dem, was wir gelernt haben, ein bisschen.
Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry? How about we get something to eat?
Oh, okay.
All right, it's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry she is.
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
Ist schon gut, wir können unsere Rechnung selbst bezahlen. Und ein paar Mal genug am Essens vor uns, sie kann uns einladen.
How did this become Paimon'sville? Sweet Lolly looks quite down on herself. All right. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the best guide into that? So you can just sit back and enjoy, Sweet Lolly. Paimon will take care of it.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to a meal.
Are you sure? We can save you some Mora.
Mora is the least of my concerns.
Okay.
Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be an old hag, but I like to think I'm not completely useless.
Das habe ich auch nicht gesagt.
Sure, that's fine with us. But Paimon doesn't want you to be sad, Sweet Lolly.
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work wonders.
Dann ab zur Taverne da hinten. Hier wird jetzt eine feine Mahlzeit genossen. Ui! So. Und zack. Es ist einfach interessant, dass ausnahmsweise mit einer weiteren Update in den frühen Zeiten einer neuen Nation, dass nichts Neues dabei kommt im Sinne von so Gebiete. Das ist ein Wunder. Ihr geht zu dritt nach Taverne und sucht nach einem ruhigen Platz zum Sitzen. Und du bestellt euch Essen und so, während sie die Flasche um Flasche Wein leert. Okay. Da hat jemand rote Backen schon.
What are you looking at?
Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other. Are they twins?
Gesoffen. Ja, voilà.
But Paimon only sees one person there.
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Give me another bottle, boss!
Do you think she's drunk?
Würde mich wundern, wenn nicht.
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends. Not to mention ones who've made a huge name for themselves recently.
Hello.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Sitlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know. I don't even remember the last time I saw her with a new friend.
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny. She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the Nightwind.
Wie alt ist sie
Most
denn?
days, hardly anyone even
ich
dares
verstehe
talk
jetzt.
to her.
Jetzt nicht einfach, triviale Frage. Ich frage mich halt für Dings, das kann aussagen, wie viel, wo sie von der Natlan Story und alles so schon mitbekommen hat. Ist sie jetzt so Faurison alt, so um die 100 plus Jahre? Ist sie mehr so Richtung 500 Jahre alt oder hat sogar die Katastrophe mitbekommen und alles so? Das frage ich mich.
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, Any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Well then, you have my thanks.
Den Chakra-Gang, es gibt Silali ein paar Gläser runter und beginnt ins Leere zu starren. Er fragt nicht, ob sie wirklich betrunken ist oder eher über ein komplexes Problem nachdenkt. Beides? Betrunken.
Seat Lally? Seat Lally?
Ich glaube, du würdest nicht ganz gut mit Venti verstehen.
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name. Let me guess. You want to test your skills against Granny Eatsley, don't ya?
Are you still with us, Seat Lally? You're kinda talking to no one.
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You brats start it, I finish it, and then I end up with the reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the shamans. I mean, come on. Monster? Me? Really? What did I do to deserve that?
Granny Seat Lally, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have a pretty packed schedule, you know. Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid. Yeah, you.
Wer ich?
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him.
Vielen Dank, falls das mir beigebracht hast, Frau Silali.
That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Darum habe ich das Gefühl, dass sie gleich umkippt. Oder einnickt.
Did she just fall asleep with her eyes open? Oh, jeez.
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Scheint das öfters zu passieren?
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
Oder ist es nur spezifisch für sie?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's
Okay.
unique to Sitlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks, few have been able to master hers.
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes. Huh?
Hallo. Bist du wach?
Traveler? Paimon?
What's wrong?
I'm gonna hurl.
Oh.
Hang on, just keep it in.
Phew. Okay, it's passed. That was a close one.
Ui.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just now.
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear. I've never thrown up, not once.
Das wollten wir gar nicht wissen.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some...
Oh, fuck.
There's so much that I want to say, but I can't.
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon, it's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Das geht schon.
Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame. I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it. Surely, you know the feeling too?
Ja?
Actually, about that.
Sollen wir es jetzt erzählen?
Huh? Tell me what?
Yeah, this is as good a time as any.
Mir fällt nicht genau jetzt an, was sie erwähnen würden. Gut, Hilali. Hör aufmerksam zu, versuch dich nicht zu sehr aufzuregen. Du beschreibst die Ereignisse bei der Rettung Orons so objektiv und neutral wie möglich. In der Tag, als Hilali den Teil ihrer Sinne über einen Zauberspruch geteilt hatte, dass sie vorübergehend ihre Gedanken hören konnte. Das also.
So, you heard my...
It's okay, Sweet Lolly. You had every right to complain about those things.
Ja, voilà.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much! It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing!
Also Schaberzug ist ja nicht so schlimm.
So that, happens to you a lot.
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes.
Ja.
I was just picking something generic.
Okay, mal 200 oder 1000 Jahre alt. Also 1000 scheint mir für dieses Ding dafür, um es hochzuschreiben. Und 200 scheint wahrscheinlich genau da, ungefähr der Altersrange zu sein, wo sie ist. Okay. Interessant. Geht's dir gut? Du siehst niedergeschlagen aus.
Take a walk with me. I have things to share with you.
Okay.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Wir sollten ihr folgen. Nicht, dass sie etwas tut, das sie später bereuen könnte. Ey, so. Der Wohin der Rauch zieht, hält nicht auf, ja? Boah, wer weiß, vielleicht habe ich es noch in 2 Teile aufgespaltet oder auch nicht. Vielleicht haben wir eine Stunde-Folge, so eine XXL-Folge oder was weiß ich. Keine Ahnung. Das ist ein Problem für Shartak in der Zukunft, nicht für mich jetzt. Ich kümmere mich jetzt darum, die Quests aufzunehmen und dann ist gut. So. Hups. Und zack. Et voilà.
Well, great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Ja.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Danke, dass du uns hierher gebracht hast.
You're making me want to cry.
Oh.
Oh no, what do we do? Please don't cry.
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... embarrassed. Here you are thanking me. Even after you helped me all this time.
Ja, aber auch.
Let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that way.
Okay.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things casual.
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for the rules. And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long. It might as well be true.
But you're just a regular person.
Ja.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful around her. That's what they'd say.
Well, you are powerful. Are they afraid of you?
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that. And people stop knowing how to deal with you.
Oh, okay.
What about you? Are you scared of me?
Nö.
We don't find you scary at all.
Papa hat recht.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living legend like me. Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just pretend I never said anything.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Ja.
Yes, but Auroran's a special case. Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroran and me. You deserve to learn the full truth. Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, he was abandoned as a child.
Ja, das haben wir ja schon mitbekommen.
The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing about illness and misfortune.
Seine Seele ist zersplittert.
No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast.
Ja, aber Seele ist zersplittert. Okay.
The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroran's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan.
Wiefern?
A possibility to turn Auroran into a vessel for lost souls.
Oh.
The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place, strengthening the ley lines and completing the ceremony.
Okay. Der das hat nicht funktioniert und deswegen hat er nochmal dieses Schuldgefühl mit der Verantwortung von den Flusslinien oder wie?
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Eine Nebenperson ins Königreich danach schicken?
Now you see the problem.
Yep.
When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroran, would be sacrificed in the process.
Das hab ich schon gedacht.
I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears, and now you have the chance to make things better. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. It failed, and Auroran escaped with his life.
Okay.
Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like I did the right thing. If the ceremony was successful, Auroran would probably be dead.
Höchstwahrscheinlich.
Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a human life as a tool? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed by my inaction, and absolutely relieved by the result. The plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it a secret. A simple investigation from Auroran would reveal everything. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me,
Dann kam's.
he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved if the ceremony succeeded?
Wait, but it's not his fault.
Ja.
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Auroran has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us. He understands just how dire the situation with ley lines has become. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Natlan.
Ja.
I can only imagine what they told him.
Es Aber vielleicht unterstützt seine Seelenfähigkeit, dass er wahrscheinlich irgendwas, ich nehme an, wahrscheinlich in Capitano sieht, was zeigt, okay, es klingt auf den ersten Blick natürlich so, als was Fatui sind nicht sehr glaubwürdig und gefährlich, aber ja.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroran into this. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back.
Ja, das wird unser nächster Schritt sein.
You don't look so good, Lolly. Maybe you should head back and get some sleep.
Probably drank too much.
Ja.
It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good.
Ja.
Okay. Forget that. I need to go home.
Mach du, keine
I
Sorge.
hit it a little too hard.
Du musst das alles nicht allein machen.
You've helped me so much already. How do I even begin to thank you?
Indem du für sich ankommst.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep. We can figure out our next move in the morning.
Yep. Komm sicher daheim an und kotzt dich nicht zu viel voll, wenn du musst.
Friends. I like the sound of that.
No. Bye bye.
Auroran's probably back with the captain, don't you think?
Ja, wir sollten Pyro auch noch erzählen, was wir erfahren haben.
You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us?
Das sprechen wir jetzt direkt an, ne?
Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her directly.
Mm.
But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. For now, let's
Jetzt gehen wir auch mal schlafen, ne?
go to bed.
Yep. Fertig? Yes. Wohin der Rauch zieht. Ein Auftrag, das flackernde Licht. Ein Zweit. Das klingt so, als würde es jetzt ein bisschen zusammenbrechen. Aber das sehen wir dann nächstes Mal. Okay, da haben wir heute eine etwas längere Folge. Dann einfach. Und nächstes Mal geht's dann weiter. Auch vielleicht nächste Folge. Vielleicht etwas weniger. Who knows. Aber das sehen wir dann nächstes Mal. Ich bin auf jeden Fall sehr gespannt. Das Treffen mit Capitano hat mich sehr überrascht. Aber ist auch relativ geil. Schade, dass es leider unterbrochen wurde. Ich bin mal gespannt, was wir jetzt bei BenQ so rausbekommen. Und ja, dann danke schön fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Bis dann beim nächsten Mal. Tschüss.